The AI bubble is collapsing. It's getting smaller by the day. The reckoning is so close, boys. I can feel it. And I just want to say, good. I am tired of AI at this point. And I know I'm not the only one. In fact, I'm pretty sure that most people feel like that. Tell me, if you don't feel pretty much exactly like I do towards AI at this point, it's neat. It can be useful, but most of the time it's extremely annoying in your face and not actually useful when you need to do something more complex. Maybe in the future it's gonna be better, but at this point it's just tiring. Every single thing nowadays wants to push some kind of sort of AI in it. Gaming AI, AI for your gaming AI. Microsoft hears AI in everything. It's annoying. They're using AI to send you letters. They're using AI to send you this, that. It's a constant, never-ending struggle. They're making new email inboxes in games that never existed because AI needs to update you on everything that's happening. No one gives a shit. No one cares. Stop it. Honestly, hot take, okay? I think people would hate AI like 50% less at least if they just stop trying to push AI on everything, okay? If someone wants to use AI, go ahead. Programmers absolutely love AI, but the reality is the average person has no use for AI, okay? AI for the average person is literally just reading out loud the first Google link that you get when you search for something. That's it. And other than that, AI is pretty useless for most people. It's just effectively read this instead of me having to read it most of the time. It's dull. It's dull. And people are figuring it out that AI has no future at this point. I mean, there is no such thing as an AI company that is making money. This is the big deal. This is what's gonna create the collapse. This is why AI has no future. Because there's no company in the world that is actually making money off of AI. XAI, literally losing billions. Okay? Look at the granddaddy of AI, the thing that started it all. Sam Altman-Fried. I still can't get over the fact that his name is Altman. Someone should look into that because that's way too suspicious in my opinion. But whatever, I'm just saying things. Sam Altman, friend of the channel, great guy, not a robot, not an alien, not a lizard person, not at all. I talk with him every day. He's the same type of human as Mark Zuckerberg, He perambulates on his legs and shit. Very cool guy, love him to death, great guy. In any case, OpenAI, except for the fact that, the CEO of that company figured out if he sells out, he can buy Lambos, and a lot of them, has not made a single dime in that company, okay? The only money that's getting made there is the money that he pays himself for being the CEO, which is literally counted in Lambos at this point. But other than that, no AI company is even close to making a profit. Like AI, why would you? Why would you ever want to buy AI? And it's so ridiculously expensive. Also, as far as I know, the average AI currently costs like $30 to $50 a fucking month. That is a lot. That is a lot. Okay. And for programmers, it's worse, okay? One of my friends is a programmer. He's a very high programmer. He's making ridiculous money in a country. Well, he's making ridiculous money even by American standards, and in a country that's not America, so effectively 3 times that. And he uses AI because it's a programming thing, and AI is actually good for programming because it's a soulless activity. Yes, I just called him soulless. He knows what's up. He's my boy. In any case, these companies, a lot of companies, I forgot which company did it, but this happened literally yesterday. Some kind of big company stopped using AI because it's too expensive, because everyone does the token shit with AI, and companies spend like a yearly budget in less than a month. And my friend, the cool programmer, Uh, he actually told me this like 2 weeks ago about him using AI. He said that he burned his monthly allowance on using AI in 2 fucking workdays. And again, he's really good. He's smart and very capable in that shit. But he burned it in 2 days, in a month. So his solution was buying a laptop with like 100 something plus RAM, so he can use a localized AI that doesn't use the internet. So that's the solution, okay? There is no world where AI is making money, boys. And good, collapse.
AI companies desperately want artificial intelligence to be the next frontier in technological advancement, but the amount of pushback that they've seen from the masses has been a major obstacle, and it's pushback that is reasonable. Beyond the moral questions surrounding the way AI steals other people's
Oh,
work, specifically generative AI, and the way it's negatively influencing artistry and the way it's displacing artists and workers, there's also all of the negative impacts that
remember, if you're new to this, Yang Ye effectively puts a puts a very beautiful veneer of communism over almost all of his speaking points. Communism good, capitalism bad, workers smart, CEOs bad.
artificial intelligence and its data centers are having on communities. I've already talked about the current public rebellion that has erupted when it comes to artificial intelligence companies and how those companies are starting to get terrified to the point where CEOs are now like, hiring a ton of security because of recent events combined with people straight up voting politicians out of office when they go against the people's will of stopping data centers. So, right here, we have this post from April that summarized events back then pretty aptly, talking about how growing national pushback has resulted in things like New Jersey rejecting a data center for a public park, Maryland pausing projects after community opposition, Missouri St. Charles pursuing a permanent ban, and Indianapolis politicians' home being shot at their.
Also, if you're American, what do you feel about this? Because Europe is not even going in the direction of AI. Europe is kind of full blown ignoring AI as the future. It's pretty much only America and China fighting over this.
Team times over a data center dispute. A 20-year-old attempted to firebomb Sam Altman's home, and 2 more people were arrested Sunday for shooting at it, so on and so forth. And all this has to do with like the desperation that certain
I mean, that sounds like just keeping the rent low, you know what I'm saying?
communities feel, given that towns have been negatively afflicted by data centers with 360 acres of industrial infrastructure being built around that's causing higher electricity bills, water consumption that has increased, as well as increase in overall temperature, with the benefits flowing entirely elsewhere. None of this is beneficial to the communities that are being negatively afflicted. We've got people posting maps of where electricity has gone up when it comes to prices and where people are paying more for electricity as a result of data centers. You've got people talking about how the water in communities has just been completely polluted.
Oh yeah, this one is insane. I have seen it. I wonder if he's gonna show. Yeah, he's gonna show the thing. I I don't believe this one honestly because you're just using. Are they putting additives in the water? For it to like non-corrode the plastic it's going through or something like that, or some kind of sodium to keep it cooler or whatever. Are they doing something like that? Because it technically should just absorb heat and call it a day. So why the hell does the water look like? Well, you're gonna see is insane if this is real.
By artificial intelligence, with this lady in particular who lives only 1.6 miles from the Meta data center in Wisconsin. She spoke out saying that their water system has been completely destroyed, saying that there is discharge that turns the entire river white like milk. And then beyond that, you've got even more recent events coming into May. We've got situations like government officials who are presenting the water around data centers and
Bro, okay, listen, I'm not gonna believe a stand in a park looks sad, not park, but stand in a parking lot looks sad lady, okay? I'm not exactly gonna believe the things that she says.
Look how disgusting this looks. This is what drinking water in Georgia looks like after Meta began data center construction in the community. And you can see right here that this tweet has gone viral with almost
Oh,
20
wow.
million views and over
I did not see that, though.
176,000 likes. You've got articles like this one talking about AI data center projects secretly sucking 21 million gallons of water over 15 months.
Bro, what the fuck was that ad, young? What even is this? What the fuck is that?
Articles like this one talking about AI data center projects secretly sucking 21 million gallons of water over 15 months before detected by residents complaining about low water pressure. Officials refuse to.
Now, granted, the funny part is these data centers don't actually take up that much water compared to like avocados or whatever. That they don't take a lot of water compared to things like that.
Find builders of massive.
But understandably, that's not exactly the problem here. I'm just saying if anyone wants to bring that up.
6.2 million square foot facility over unauthorized water use. So yeah, people are getting sick and tired. They're getting fed up. They're feeling their community being negatively afflicted. And for a lot of people, it's starting to become about survival because without clean water, like shit's fucked. And so another way in which we're recently seeing people rebel is that CEOs, like Google CEO among other executives, are coming on stage in front of students during their graduation ceremony as speakers to essentially gas up artificial intelligence and try to present it as the next frontier, essentially trying to get people of a younger age to kind of become indoctrinated into just believing that AI is the best course for the future. But what they've been discovering is that these speeches for students during their graduation about artificial intelligence has been met with extreme dissent, with students booing these executives, these CEOs and whatnot, while they're speaking. There are 3 such events that recently went viral as they kind of happened one after another, with Eric Schmidt, Google CEO, having taken the stage during a graduation ceremony, talking about AI and how it's great for the future, getting booed while he was giving a speech. We got Scott Borchetta, Big Machine Records CEO, also got booed alongside Gloria Caulfield, Tavistock Development VP, all of whom spoke of artificial intelligence and how this will be the way of the future moving forward. All of them booed within short succession of each other. And these events are all obviously filmed, and so there are already clips online showing the incidents, and it's glorious to see. So let's start with Google CEO's attempt to try to indoctrinate students into thinking that AI is the big thing of the future. And so let's start with this video of Google's.
Maybe they're booing him because he gave Google to India.
CEO trying to tell university students to love AI. They tell them to boo off. This is what most people think of the hated AI. We don't want it. You can see right here, this clip is already going viral. This one tweet alone, 6.8 million views, over 36,000 likes. And this is just one of the many accounts who have shared this clip. Here's what that looks like.
Last December, Time magazine selected its Person of the Year for 2025. And this time, it was the architects of artificial intelligence. Interesting.
Immediate boos. Gotta love it.
Every profession, every classroom, every hospital, every laboratory, every person, and every relationship you have.
He's literally talking in front of probably people who are gonna get affected by AI first. Bro, you're not even out of school yet and your life's already fucked. Oh, what a great speech. I know you just went into generational debt to, become a whatever the fuck. And I'm here to tell you, you're never gonna get a job because AI's gonna replace you. And not that you could get a job in the first place because application acceptance rates are ridiculously completely effed for highly educated people in America at this point. But hey, AI, baby.
That's so gross sounding.
What many of you are feeling about that. I can hear you. There is a fear. We do not know the precise contours of what this transformation will look like. Choose a diversity of perspectives, including, let me add, and if you'd let me make this point, please.
No, don't let him.
It would not be a rich person's speech without diversity. Big, real, and true.
Oh, man, I don't think he was expecting this much pushback.
If you don't care about science, that's okay.
Wow.
AI is going to touch everything else as well. Whatever
what an
path
asshole
you
thing to say.
choose, AI will become part of how work is done. If you have a problem in the world you want to solve, you can now assemble a team of AI agents to help you with the parts that you could never accomplish on your own. Let me give you some advice.
Oh, boy.
First, find a way to say yes. And thank you very much and good night.
Yeah, that was what a condescending prick to tell students, let me tell you what your future looks like because
Tell them he's rich, young, and that's why his opinion is bad.
Because I'm big CEO man. But guess what? At the end of the day, the future is defined by the collective of humanity, not just one individual with an opinion. But yeah, again, multiple posts that are going viral surrounding this. Here's somebody who retweeted this clip and said, what's up with all these universities inviting commencement speakers whose whole thing is to tell graduates they have no future? 1.2 million views, over 50,000 likes. And
hey, that's exactly what I said.
Then we have this one right here, Dude, This Is Brutal, also going viral with millions of views, tens of thousands of likes. And you can see in the responses, people are also spreading the other incidents. Right here we have Brian saying you should do an S-tier review of all commencement speeches that are getting booed for AI standing. Here's another. The one that is being shown by this individual.
Wait, I just want you also to understand one thing. These people, they're not getting paid to push AI. They're not getting, anything. They believe this. These people unironically, full-heartedly believe this.
Is this one right here. So this, as I presented previously, is Gloria Caulfield, Tavistock Development VP.
Oh, good. I want it because her name sounds hot.
Let's watch her clip and the booze
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
that she received during her attempt to gas up AI.
Now, that said, we are living in
Oh, wow. She has that distinct Karen voice. That's impressive.
a time of profound change. That's an understatement, right? Profound change.
That sounds more woke than AI at this point.
Change is exciting, very exciting.
Yep, definitely sounds more woke than AI.
And let's face it, change
Is
can be
needed.
daunting.
Oh.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
There it is. They actually don't expect the pushback.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's fucking wild that these people are unironically like, oh, you don't like this, do you? Wow, I'm surprised.
Which is crazy.
Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish?
Depends on what you're about to say.
Only a few years ago, AI was not a factor in our lives.
Wait, how her voice changed a little bit? She's fucking intimidated because, again, this is probably a person who never hears the words no, and her whole worldview just kind of slightly collapsed right in front of her, which is hilarious.
CEOs, these executives think they can get to the youth and shape the future that way, but the youth is very aware of things.
Bipolar topic here, I see. Okay, and now AI capabilities are in the palm of our hands, and
Gosh.
I love it. Passion, let's go. Okay.
She has no idea what to do because again, these CEOs live in this bubble where they think that everything they say goes and everyone will just eat it up. But
Yeah. Everyone hates AI. That's kind of the end of things. And the thing about the modern world, this is something no one really talks about, but it's kind of funny. If you got unpaid market research that doesn't give you the answer you want, the reality is going to be like this. Someone's going to do a study, and 90%, 99% of people are going to say they hate AI. And companies are going to be as autistic as always, and they're going to be like, oh, no one actually wants to use AI. No, people hate AI. More, I would assume more than 50% of people are fine using it in a relatively decent way, if it's possible, if it's not pushy and whatnot. I use literally no AI except for a couple of hot thumbnail generations, but that's pretty much it. I don't use AI for anything else. Like, the closest I get to AI is just googling shit. So a lot of people would be fine with using some AI, but the way that they're pushing it is gonna make it impossible. And at some point, the big shift is gonna happen when some research company is gonna say no one wants AI. That's not the same. No one likes AI, but that's not the same as using AI. And then everything's gonna go even downhill faster. Now, admittedly, at some point, the money's gonna dry up somewhere in the chain, and the moment that happens, it's gonna be a chain reaction. That's why it's called a chain, buddy. And everything's gonna go down. And we are approaching that point. We are heavily approaching that point. But even if AI collapses, remember, RAM is never getting less expensive. You need to understand that, okay? Nothing gets less expensive. It's the modern day, baby. Anyway, that was Younger Yair, 10 out of 10. Bye.